Spoilers for all of Breaking Bad.
Why did Walt call the cops on himself? I think Walt realized how far-reaching and devastating of an impact that Heisenberg had on the world. In hiding, Walt vividly observed how he was portrayed in the media, with headlines like these. Also this. People didn't see the troubled teacher that turned to crime. He was a kingpin and the mastermind of the blue meth epidemic, who ran while his family paid the consequences of his actions, under the guise of being their protector. I think the time spent in self-isolation, slowly withering away from cancer, gave him clarity. He knew he'd face his mortality again. This time, all he would have is his money. Walt left his cabin to see if at least his son would understand what his intent was, but he didn't. His repulsion rendered Walt's sacrifices meaningless and shattered his delusions of selflessness. Hopeless and remorseful, Walt calls the cops on himself, then resigns at the bar, awaiting his arrest. But just when Walt thought he was out, they pull him back in and awaken his alter ego. Gray matter dismissed all of his work, effectively erasing his legacy outside of Heisenberg. He wasn't the genius that turned to crime. According to Eliot's narrative, he was an outsider, trying to fit into high society, like a square peg in a diamond-studded glory hole. It shines brightly right next to the biohazard sign. With his contributions reduced to helping name gray matter, he decided to use his demonized persona to enact Plan B, Operation Jack in a Box. I'm sure he knew that his story would be told, whether from a morgue or a cell. The autopsy would report the cause of his passing alongside his returning cancer, while Netflix crime documentaries would shed light on his motives. Every act then onward would be an act of redemption. Walt came out of hiding, effectively surrendering to the cops and his mortality, as a symbolic gesture to take control one last time and go out swinging as Walt, using Heisenberg. Those are just my thoughts. What do you all think?